Hi, Hiram here. A couple of weeks ago I did a video on this Vortech burner stove, and in it I had used this pump remote fuel station. Had a couple of people asking me about it, how it's made, if I'd explain how it works and all that. Also had some people that said that it's just a copy off one that Flat Cat Gear has. Not true. I mean, it's the same kind of thing, but it's not true that I copied them. What had happened was last summer, in the beginning of the summer, I ended up having to replace the primer bulb on my weed whacker. So I ordered one of these, kind of expensive. I found out later. But I replaced the bulb. But looking at it, I thought, this is pretty cool. What it is it's a little plastic bulb with two jets on the underside. One for in, one for out. You put hose on it. This is silicone hose like what you can get at hobby stores. It's the thicker stuff, the wider stuff than the little narrow stuff we've been using, because these ports are a little on the big side. Anyway, you just stick it on like that, two of them. One would be in, the other one would be out. When you push the bulb, push it down like so, and let it go, it sucks alcohol in, the one port. Then when you push it down again, it forces the alcohol out the other port, and you just keep going like that. So I replaced the primer bulb, and I thought, this is pretty cool. I'll keep this in mind. Put it in my back of my head. Then in the summer, I went on a trip with some friends where I had a one of those kitchen table shelves that you attach to a tree. The burner I was using used the bubbler, but I didn't want to take that remote with me because it's a little bit large for on the table. What I wanted to do was to be able to hang a bottle of alcohol from a tree. I had a loop on this, and then it went around the tree. So that hung on the side of the tree. I put a hose, just draped the hose in it like this, and I had made this bubbler to take along. Just a little thing. So with that, I was able to just pump the alcohol from the bottle that was underneath the shelf up to the burner, and it worked great. A little big and bulky, but I found other ways to get around that. So what this is I took a piece of PVC, 1-inch PVC cap, drilled a hole in the top, then see if you can see this. I used two colored hoses that I knew which one was which, and I also left it open. I guess I could fill this up with Sugra or something. But that's all it is. PVC cap, a primer pump, primer bulb, and two hoses. You could even use the same hose, same color hose if you wanted. Just mark it some way so that you know which one's which. And that's it. Just goes into a bottle and into the stove. Again, like I said, this uses the larger diameter silicone hose, so it won't work too good on the the little stoves that we use. The small that we use these little brass nipples for. But what you can do with this is you can actually put this into the hose, and then you have a small nipple on it. I mean, now the thing was, I did this in the summer, and at the end of the summer I was going to show this, but then I saw, October I guess, John over at Flat Cat Gear had his video where he showed this, so I figured, why bother? It's such an easy thing. If people see it on his video, there's no need to explain it. But like I said, I had several people asking me how this was made. So I called up John and I said, do you mind if I talk about this since you're selling it? And I'll look it up, and I'll put a link down below to where you can see his stuff that he has for sale. And anyway, John said nope, he didn't mind. So here I am. Now the thing was, this was just something I slapped together. I went back, I looked on eBay and found that you can get these. I got 3 of these for the price of what I paid for one of them. So I'll leave a link down below where you can look them up on eBay. You can also get one if you want it, but I just got 3 because keep making things. As far as easier way, like I said, I got a cap, I drilled a hole, and then I hot glued it on. I went back to the hardware store. They know me there by first name. I found these things. They're 1/2-inch C PVC. It's the yellowish PVC. And it's really cool because the bulb has 2 clips on it, little spring clips. If you put it right on there, it fits right on perfectly. So, wrong side. You could even do something like this, where you have it, on a T, hose in one side, hose out the other side, and then you could just have it like this and just be able to push it. It's sucking air through the thing. You could do other ones if you wanted just to get an elbow. This is a 1/2-inch again, C PVC, the yellowish stuff. Put your hoses in, hook it up to this, and you don't have to glue anything in. It just snaps in there pretty nice and firm. Then you could use that. Again, with the hoses coming out here. This is another one. I don't know what they call this. It's a angle with 2 brackets on it for you nailing it to something. But you could do it like this. Again, the cap just fits in. Put the 2 hoses, and again, I'll probably just, once I have this down to what I want to do, I'll just fill a cavity with Sugru. I have a hard time with that name. That's that plastic stuff that when it just cures in room temperature, but fill that up with that and you go to town. So that's my pump station. Again, like I said, I'll leave a link down below of where you can go and see John's over at Flat Cat Gear. But I thought it was such an easy thing that when people saw it, they'd be able to figure it out. All it is a primer bulb, a couple of pieces of hose, and something to hold the whole thing. So I thank you for watching. I hope this helps. There are times that this comes in handy, being able to pump whatever you want rather than have it always dripping in. But I hope this helps. So I thank you for watching. This is getting kind of long. Thank you for watching. I look forward to your input, questions, remarks, helpful suggestions. And as always, watch for my buddy Max. Bye now.